greatest abomination, the Sabbath day. Who changed the Sabbath to Sunday? There was no change from Saturday to Sunday as the Sabbath in the time of the apostles. Sunday was substituted for the Sabbath by men, not by any commandment of God. This is what the Chambers Encyclopedia article on Sunday had to say. Unquestionably, the first law, either ecclesiastical or civil, by which the sabbatical observance of Sunday is known to have been ordained is the sabbatical edict of Constantine, AD 321. Here is the first Sunday law in history, the legal enactment by Constantine, who reigned from AD 306 to AD 331. On the venerable day of the sun, the sacred day of the sun, let the magistrate and people residing in cities rest, and let all workshops be closed. In the country, however, persons engaged in agriculture may freely and lawfully continue their pursuit, because it often happens that another day is not so suitable for grain sowing or for wine planting, less for neglecting the proper moment for such operations, the bounty of heaven should be lost. Sunday was another work day in the Roman Empire. On March 7, AD 321, however, Roman Emperor Constantine issued a civil decree making Sunday a day of rest from labor, setting all judges and city people and the craftsmen shall rest upon the venerable day of the sun. Constantine's empire was predominantly for sun worship, so this was not a law to favor Christianity, but rather the venerable day of the sun, which was the day of the dominating sun worship religion of that time. Paul and Peter both predicted false teachers would come after their death. Acts of the Apostles chapter 20 verse 29 to 30. For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock. Also of your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after them. 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 1. Now the Spirit speaks expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of demons. Doctrines of demons and false teachers. They teach that Jesus rose on Sunday and that Sunday is a day of worship and rest. Many shall follow their pernicious ways. Almost all of Christianity keeps Sunday as a day of worship instead of Saturday, which is a Sabbath. So, who are we obeying when we keep Sunday as a day of worship instead of Saturday? We are obeying men, because men changed the Sabbath commandment for Sunday, and we were not told this, and no one was eager to ask. We are obeying the spirit of Antichrist, because it is the Antichrist who will think to change the times and laws of God. Daniel chapter 7 verse 25. Therefore, when we obey the commandment of men, keeping Sunday, inspired by the spirit of the Antichrist, we are really bowing to Satan, because we keep his command instead of God. What does God have to say about the Sabbath day? Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. As we all know, Sunday is the first day of the week. One of the greatest promises in the Bible is found in Psalm chapter 1 verse 2 to 3, that if we meditate on God's word day and night, we will be like tree firmly planted by streams of water. As believers, we are supposed to serve God all the days of our lives. Are you keeping the Sabbath day holy?